In preparation for this conversation, I took a look through the Cypherpunk manifesto from Eric Hughes, and I want to just read off a section of it that I thought was particularly relevant. Eric says, "When my identity is revealed by the underlying mechanism of a transaction, I have no privacy. I cannot here selectively reveal myself. I must always reveal myself. Therefore, privacy in an open society requires anonymous transaction systems." He says, "Until now, cash has been the primary such system. An anonymous transaction system is not a secret transaction system. An anonymous system empowers individuals to reveal their identity when desired and only when desired. This is the essence of privacy." So my question to you is the Lightning Network going to be the privacy preserving successor to cash?
Maybe. I don't totally know. The Lightning has a problem, or I don't know a problem, but a trade-off of, as the more you increase privacy, the lower payment reliability becomes. So today we have like, I don't know, decent payment reliability where, before this we were trying to use Vita Live. I was able to deposit $10 easily and it worked just fine. So it works. But if Vita was using the most private way of using Lightning and I was too, maybe the payment wouldn't work as well. And that has trade-offs where now if everything was over Tor, then payments are going to go a lot slower, and connections could drop accidentally and stuff. And if you're also using stuff like blinded routes, then you can't try every route that I can find in the graph and stuff like that. So it does get harder. So it's kind of like, I think that eventually the Lightning community is going to have to kind of make a decision of like, or maybe it'll just bifurcate of like, which way are we moving? Are we going to go towards like, maybe we just say like, fuck it, Lightning's not going to be the private payment network. We were going to focus on 100% of payment reliability, and then we build privacy as a layer 3 on top of it. Or maybe we say Lightning should be our private payment network, and we focus 100% on privacy, and then payment reliability goes down, and then we just like work on ways to solve that later. It's all trade-offs, but I think we can reach a good middle ground. And as well as I said, like the network can bifurcate where you could have payments from River to Zebedee be 100% reliable, but if you have like activists in North Korea paying to I don't know, activists in Africa, maybe that'll be a harder payment, but if it's more private, then it's kind of worth it for them. So I think it'll eventually probably just be trade-offs, but it does like have much better properties than Bitcoin in some regards of privacy. So I think we can achieve it. It's just a lot of work to go.
Right. Are privacy and reliability always going to be trade-offs? Like what's the fundamental reason why these two, you're trading off one for the other?
The main reason is like on Lightning, you have like these, I guess like to start out, I guess on Bitcoin, you just have to say, I want to send my funds to this address, and that's it. You don't need to like have like these hops or anything. So the main privacy concern there is just like, where did my funds come from? And now I'm going to link it to your address. So you're worrying more about like previous history versus with Lightning, you kind of have this fixed node ID that you tie like all of your channels to, and all of your receives are saying like, this is my node ID, please pay me. So you're kind of inherently reusing the address always in Lightning when you receive money. So that's like the main problem in privacy. And as well, for the reliability, we don't just say I'm sending to this address. We have to find a payment route across the network to this thing. So if you make my node ID harder to find, well, now it's harder to actually find a payment to reach you. So that's like the main trade-off you get there, where like one of the most likely things that will be happening in Lightning in the next few years is something called blinded pass, which basically says you don't really give your node ID. You say like, here's an encrypted way to get to my node ID, and then it uses like the onion routing to find you. But the thing is, you supply that. So you say like, this is a blinded path to get to me. And the thing is, if that path doesn't work, then the user can't make another attempt to pay you because that's the only way they know how to get to you is that blinded path they get to you. Versus like if today, if you don't use a blinded path, then it just, if that one fails, they just try not, they can try like, 100 different paths until it works. So, it would become then like, oh, that path didn't work. And then you try to, you give them a different one and they try again, maybe that doesn't work and, things can fail. So it's a lot harder in that regard. And as well with things like, just using like ClearNet over Tor, like, Tor is much slower. So they just, payments take longer and stuff like that. So it's just, all different trade-offs there that are hard to do. But I think
Mhm.
we're going to move in the right direction, but I mean, yeah.